Social Security, freezing your benefit check, and future raises. I have all the details and what they're now saying right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know in this video, I want to share with you what they're now saying and the new plans circling around, which would essentially freeze Social Security benefit checks and any future raises. Now, I completely understand this is a very controversial topic, but I do want to bring this to your attention because this is circling around out there right now, and I want to bring it to your attention so you can see what they're now talking about, the logic behind this plan, what they want to do to Social Security beneficiary checks, as well as what this means for you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and ultimately how much money you would get on an ongoing monthly basis going forward as a result of this plan and if this thing were to actually pass. Let's get into it and talk about what they're now doing and what this all means for you and the 70 million beneficiaries who do receive benefits from the Social Security Administration. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. I truly appreciate your support. I just want to do what I possibly can to keep you informed every single day as things are changing very rapidly. We know that it's a very busy and confusing time. I'm doing all that research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted every single day. And again, I'll be here for you no matter what. It's my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody right here in the community, and I'll continue to maintain that going forward. So again, thanks so much for being here. Please subscribe down below. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and let's get into it and talk about what they're now saying, the plan, and what this would mean for Social Security beneficiaries as far as freezing your benefit check and any future raises as well. What do they mean by this, and what is the logic? Why would they do something so ridiculous? Let's just say it how it is, right? All right, so like I said a second ago, I completely recognize that this is a controversial topic, but again, I want to bring this to your attention because you never know what Congress is going to do these days, right? They can't be trusted. Let's just say that much, right? So anyway, let's talk about what's going on here. All right, so it all comes down to the Social Security insolvency issue, right? We've heard about this a million times. We've talked about it many, many times before in other videos. There's a lot of plans out there. In fact, there's probably 30, 40, 50 different plans out there. I've talked about a lot of them here on other videos, talking through the details as far as what they want to do, increase solvency, all kinds of things like this. But ultimately comes down to the fact that in about 10 years or so, Social Security is going to be out of money. In other words, the trust fund will be depleted, and the only money that they'll be able to pay out is what is coming in through Social Security payroll taxes at the time. Basically, it comes in one door through Social Security payroll taxes, and they push it out immediately to the beneficiaries is basically what it comes down to, and that would result in anywhere between a 20, 23, 25, possibly even 27% cut to monthly benefits because of that, okay? Now, the reason I said all those percentages there is because depending on what report you look at, there's a lot of different ranges out there as far as how much the cuts would actually be, but that is what they're talking about as of right now. Okay, fine. So what does this mean going forward, and why would they potentially want to freeze benefit raises? All right, so here's what the plan is, and this is what they're talking about, okay? I just want to make it very clear. This is not passed yet, but I'm just simply saying this is an idea that is out there, okay? We can't trust them at all. Therefore, we got to watch all this stuff so we have an idea of what may possibly be coming. All right, so the logic behind this would be every year, fixed income beneficiaries get a COLA raise, right? Obviously, you know that. Well, one thing that they're looking at right now in 2023 is, when I'm recording this video, by the way, this year in 2023, we got an 8.7% COLA to monthly benefits. This cost Social Security billions upon billions of dollars more this year out of the Social Security Trust Fund. Now, this year, obviously, 2023, the 8.7% COLA is much higher than what we usually get. The last time that we saw a COLA this high was back in 1981. So what is that, 42 years ago? It doesn't come around all that often. But each year, even with the COLA being, say, 3%, 5%, 2%, whatever it happens to be, still costs Social Security billions of dollars. So they're saying, but wait, why don't we just freeze that? We eliminate the COLA, and therefore, we're not paying out billions of dollars. This would give us a little bit more money to work with each and every year. Therefore, it's not going out in the form of permanent raises because remember, the COLA comes in, we get it starting the year, the new year, and then it stays permanent. It lasts forever. So they're saying, hey, wait, if we eliminate the COLA, this year or going forward, essentially what it comes down to is we don't get the raise initially, but then we don't get the substantial raise the following year, the compounded raise the years after that, the compounding year after year after year, and boom, ultimately over long periods of time, it adds up to a lot of extra money, billions upon billions of dollars, right? So that is the whole logic behind this, is basically freeze Social Security checks, so wherever they're currently at, basically what they want to do is just freeze them. Boom, frozen in ice, that's it. Frozen in time, there you go. That's your new benefit forever, essentially is what they want to say, right? No more COLAs, no more raises to benefits, just that's it. Just a flat benefit going forward. So wherever it stops, that's just what they would want to talk about, okay? So you can kind of see the logic behind this. It's an okay logic that would be, yeah, you're right. Social Security would have a little bit more money to work with in the event of this. But I guess my rebuttal to this and my response to this whole thing would be, okay, fine. You saved it $10 billion. Does that really do anything? Maybe it's $10 billion a year, or maybe it's $100 billion a year. Let me put it into perspective right now. Social Security pays out checks a few times per month, right? Social Security pays out about $25 billion a week for beneficiaries, okay? There's about 110-ish billion dollars that goes out every single month to beneficiaries, okay? So if they're saving $100 billion in, say, 1 year, which would be a lot, just because, depending on the COLA, if they save $100 billion a year, just for easy mathematical purposes, okay, they've saved essentially 1 month's worth of benefits. Is that really pushing out insolvency? Now, again, if this were to go on over long periods of time, over a 10-year period of time, well, $100 billion a month, that's, say, what is that? $1 trillion? No, it's not that much. Yeah. I'm just trying to run the math here in my head. I'm just simply saying, okay, let's just say it's $100 billion a year over 10 years. That's $1 trillion that they've saved. Okay, fine. Maybe that pushes out insolvency for 1 year. That's what it comes out to. So Social Security right now pays out about $1.2 to $1.3 trillion in benefits a year right now. Okay, so if they save $100 billion a year over 10 years, they've saved $1 trillion. They've pushed out insolvency by 1 year. Not even a year, like 10 months. Hooray for them. Good job, right? Did that solve the problem? No. It solved the problem for like 10 months. That's it. That's all it really did. Did it disrupt the livelihoods of the beneficiaries? Yeah, in a pretty big way, right? Because the COLA, believe it or not, even though it's good, even though it's small, it's still substantial. It's a little bit more money. And like I said, compounded over time, it adds up to more money. It adds up to a lot more, right? COLA raise on top of COLA raise on top of COLA raise, compounded, long periods of time. And you're right, it actually adds up to quite a bit more money, right? So anyway, you can kind of see here, it's a flawed logic. Yes, okay, fine. They save some money, they don't send out raises, but at the end of the day, just with the example that I just gave you right there, fine. They pushed out insolvency by 10 months, maybe 11 months if they're lucky. Probably not even, okay? It's not a long-term solution. That's my point. It's not going to increase solvency for Social Security by like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. It's like 10 months. That's it. It's not a plan. Bad plan. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope you followed along with all these numbers here, but you can clearly see it doesn't make sense. If we just run the simple math on this, which is not that hard to do, this is what it comes down to. So anyway, I don't foresee this plan passing. I just want to throw it out there. I just want to give you the attention of what's going on here because you never know. Like I said, they like to step over dollars to pick up pennies, right? Have you ever heard that analogy before? Well, that's what they like to do here with a lot of these plans, right? Oh my, there's a penny over there, but there's $10 laying here on the floor. Let's step over the 10 and let's pick up the pennies. Sounds like a great plan, right? Well, anybody that, thinks logically would think, I'm going to forget the pennies. Let's pick up the 10 and be on our way, right? That's what we should be doing, but a lot of times that's not how it works, right? So anyway, so I want to bring this to your attention really quickly so you can see what's going on here, but this is something that they're talking about, and of course, I'll bring it to your attention if this goes any further than this, but I would anticipate this is one of those we should throw right in the burn pile and, torch it, because that's all the better that this thing is. It makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Take care, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next